To create an exam using the SAM app, you're going to click on Edit so that it turns green, and then you'll click on Add Create Activity. Next, you're going to select SAM Assignment. Now you have the ability to schedule a new assignment. You're going to decide if it's going to be an exam, a training, a project, or a SAM path. So for this example, we'll use exam. You'll type in exam name. And then you'll click Next Step. Then you'll select your textbook where you're going to draw the questions from. So for this instance, you're going to, if it's Excel, then you're going to pull from the Shelley Cashman collection, Office 365, Office 2019, and then click Next Step. And then you'll select the chapters that you're wanting to include on the test. So I'm going to scroll down to Excel. And so if you're including chapters 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe on an exam, you would select those chapters and then you would click Next. And then you have a list of all the tasks that are available from those chapters that were selected. You can choose to select all, or you can select specific tasks that you want to test on. From that list of 133. Once you have selected your questions, you're going to click on Save, and then you're going to click on Schedule. Here's where you can provide additional instructions to students. You can decide on how it's going to be graded. You can set a time limit. You can decide whether you want students to be able to try multiple times to take the exam. You can randomize test questions so that students are not seeing the same questions or the questions in the same order. You also have the ability to show students their results at the end of the exam. And let's see, so adding practice mode or restrictive mode. This allows, if you don't do restrictive mode, then students can kind of click around to try to figure out how to complete the task if they need to. Here with modify scenarios, you can, if you want to switch up the test, maybe you're trying to give them, multiple tries, you can modify the scenario. So there's 2 scenarios, so maybe you want to alternate between scenarios if you're giving it to different sections or even from semester to semester. And then here, are we going to let students get feedback after each task? So do we want to let them know that they got it right or wrong? Since it's a test, you may not want them to know whether they got it right or wrong immediately. And then our default for each task is giving students 3 tries on each individual task as they encounter them. So I'll leave that as the default. And then if you want to password protect your exam, you can check the box and then release the password to students on the day of the exam. And with our test, you can provide students with a report, and that lets them know exactly what they got right and wrong. And you can also choose to show it to them after a specific day and time. So then you click on Schedule. This is going to take you back to the MindTap learning path where you can set the availability date. So maybe you don't want students to encounter this until the very end of the term, and the time right there, and the due date and time. And then you can decide where you want that exam to be located. So you can, right now it's set to go to the very end, and I think that makes sense. So I'll just click on add. And now I have the Excel final exam within the learning path.